Welcome to the introduction of the AMIRA on the NAB. My name is Markus Duerr. I'm the product manager for the AMIRA. The AMIRA is our new documentary style camera. It combines the ARRI image quality, the Alexa image quality, with ergonomics optimized for single operators, for shoulder mount operation. It has a strong color pipeline, 3D LUT-based color pipeline introduced, and it's future-proof with FPGA-based architecture and ARRI product quality. Talking about the Alexa image quality, you have the 14 stops of dynamic range. We have the great skin tones the Alexa provides. We have the low noise levels, and we have the subtle highlight handling, which is specific to the Alexa, and the natural color rendering. That all comes within the AMIRA, and it comes up to 200 frames. So all in the same image quality, up to 200 frames. The single user ergonomics, there's a couple of items to talk about. One important item is our new revolutionary viewfinder. So it combines a OLED eyepiece with a fold-away LCD. We have what we call pick up and shoot concept, so the camera can be just taken straight out of the bag and is ready to shoot. You can bring the camera in ideal shoulder balance with dovetails on top and bottom of the camera, so you can balance it with whatever lens you're using. You can balance it perfectly on your shoulder. And we have a complete audio recording section for audio recording channels and for audio input channels. We're doing what we call in-camera grading, so you can do within the camera what you typically do in a grading system. So you can modify the color in a very high quality mode with the same parameters you have available in the grading system. So you can modify the look of your images within the camera. You can do that by loading looks you have created on a grading system, or you can also create looks or modify looks within the camera. So you have full creativity on set. You have all the possibilities available. So we can then record that to a log.c file and do the rest in post then, or you also can bake that into a Rec 709 recording, so you can, if you don't have a grading session or if you're part of the grading session, you can trim the look of your images in the way you want to have them. And of course, if you go for grading, this all saves cost because you have done a lot on set or on location already. The AMIRA is a very future-proof investment. It has an FPGA-based architecture. That means the chips which we are using are programmable, same as we do on Alexa. So Mark just introduced sub 10.0 after 4 years of Alexa. There's still software updates with new functionality. Same will be true for AMIRA, so we can add a lot of new functionality to the AMIRA later on. Stuff our customer will ask us for, stuff we have not yet been able to implement or have not been thinking about to implement. That is something that we will be able to implement with the FPGA-based architecture. The camera body is very robust, it's very solid. The lens mount is very solid. You can use the heaviest lenses. The camera body is very, very, very rugged. And the electronics are protected against, they're sealed, so they're protected against humidity and against dust. So they are the electronics are very, very protected for environments where there is a lot of heat, a lot of humidity, a lot of dust. So which is, I think, important for documentary shooting. So the picture, by the way, was shot by a production which was done very recently, a documentary in Brazil. The guy, you see the guy used the camera pretty much on the street. It was like 40 degrees and it's a typical environment where the AMIRA would shine. Oops. So we have introduced a product portfolio back in January. So this is showing what the features are for the different models. So we have the entry-level model, what we call the economical model, which supports 1080i, 1080p. You have 100 frames per second frame rates. You can record up to ProRes 422 in Rec 709. You have three looks available, and you can adjust the image for typical kind of video parameters for knee, gamma, saturation, all that stuff. And all cameras have in common that you have full exposure controls for C-bright, for false color, and you have peaking controls for focus with a color peaking and with an aperture peaking. The next level, the advanced, adds to that you can record up to 200 frames, you can record up to ProRes 42 HQ, you can do log-C recording, and look functionality. You can import and export looks and modify them in camera, also with ASE CDL parameters, so the parameters you have in your grading system typically. Features which will come with the next software update is the dynamic auto tracking white balance, so white balance which will switch when the conditions will switch, it will transition into different Kelvin modes when the conditions when you're moving indoor to outdoor, for example. And it will include a Wi-Fi remote control system for the camera, so we have full access to the camera controls with a Wi-Fi remote tool. And there will be Bluetooth audio monitoring, and then you can listen to your audio, you can monitor your audio with a Bluetooth device. And there will be a pre-record function, which will be a camera mode where camera constantly is recording, and once you hit record, it will add the recorded buffer to the recorded file. The AMIRA Premium, on top of that, will add 2K capabilities. It will also allow ProRes 4444 recording, and it will allow import of custom 3D LUTs. So if you want to create your own 3D LUTs on your grading system, you can import them then into the camera and use them there, or just transfer them through the metadata. Oops, there's the pricing also available here. So these are the euro prices and the dollar prices in comparison. And all these kind of models can be very flexibly be upgraded to the other models. So we can purchase a license from the basic version to advanced license, or to the premium license, or from the advanced to the premium, whatever you want, just by downloading a license key from our website and loading that into the camera. That's all you need to do. And you can also do that temporarily. So if you have a production which is asking for like 200 frames and you only have the basic version with 100 frames, you can download that for 1 week, upload that to the camera, and you will have 200 frames and all the other functions of the advanced for 1 week. On NAB, what's new here now is that we are about to start shipping. So we have announced the AMIRA on the IBC last year. We have announced the order availability and the pricing back in January. We have received a huge number of order intake, and we have pre-production models which we show on the booth. So they're very close to the final production model. Many optimizations we have been able to integrate into the production model. We had a couple of prototypes around, and we're talking a lot to customers, gathering feedback from our customers, what they like, what they don't like on the camera. And we have been able to implement a lot of these optimizations which have been asked for. A very large part was the viewfinder, for example. It was the weight. You have been able to reduce that dramatically. All the mechanics, all the usability, all that stuff has been completed, and also the accessories are complete now, so you have all the accessories available for what you need for the camera. Also, others are working on the AMIRA. So Adobe has announced that the Premiere Pro will support our AMIRA looks and LUTs, so we can load clips recorded from AMIRA into Premiere, and it will show the clips with the LUT and the look applied. That is all transported in the metadata, and they can read the metadata. Others have announced that they're coming with support. There are more actually on the list. Avid Media Composer is probably one which is quite interesting. We have our website go live now, or it actually has gone live this morning, and we're planning, as I mentioned, for a sub 1.1 with the features we have talked about, and of course we're continue to listen to our customers and are investigating in terms of what other formats and things we're going to implement. So that is something which is already in the pipe, that we're working on that stuff.